All right, we're going to go through the contracts. I call this the starter paperwork. So I'll go quickly, but as always, let me know if you have any questions. All right, here is the Massachusetts mandatory licensing consumer relationship disclosure. It's a mouthful, but what it really is just a disclosure telling everybody what side of the transaction they're on. So this is not a contract. It says at the top, it's a checkbox saying I'm working as the buyer agent, and then the buyers would sign at the bottom. So this goes in with the offer so that the seller agent knows that the buyer is represented by a licensed real estate agent and who that real estate agent is. The second page of this document is definitions of everybody that can be inside a Massachusetts real estate transaction. So we get seller agent, buyer agent, facilitator. Nobody uses facilitator anymore because everybody was getting sued using facilitator. Designated seller and buyer's agent, and then dual agent. So those are the choices of how people are bucketed inside what relationship they have with a client. How you doing? So we're going to go through the exclusive buyer agency agreement. So we've got the buyers at the top with the firm. I own the firm for realty. It's the duration, which is 6 months. I always put 6 months on these contracts just so that I'm not chasing extensions down. But that being said, you can fire me whenever you want if I'm not adding value. Then we've got everybody jumps to paragraph 5, which is the broker compensation. So to hire a buyer agent, the retainer is 0, and the commission is basically disclosed in MLS. The buyer is not paying the commission. And then on page 2, we've got paragraph 6, which is consent to designated agency. That just means that you're hiring one agent. So just understand that the 17 agents underneath me technically don't work on your behalf. We're all independent contractors working for our clients. So even if you hire the largest RE/MAX in the world, you're hiring one agent. You're not hiring that RE/MAX to represent you. Consent to dual agency, that's number 7. That's if we go out and buy a listing that is my listing personally. Again, it goes back to designated agency. It's not a listing inside my office. It has to be listed by me. That would create dual agency. There's another disclosure if that actually occurs called notice of dual agency to let everybody know that it's occurring. And at that point, we can, discuss on how you want to proceed. It could be referred out to somebody in my office, or I could stay with you guys and do both sides. It's really a conversation between the buyer and the seller on their comfort level of what they need at that point or what they want to do. The rest of it is just basically boilerplate stuff. So if you have any questions, as always, reach out and I will answer them for you. Okay, so now we're on to Home Inspector's Consumer Fact Sheet. So this is a mandatory document from Massachusetts. It's 3 pages of Massachusetts telling you to get a home inspection. The next one is recommendations for buyers. So this piggybacks the Massachusetts mandatory documentation about disclosing that you should be aware that you have the ability to get a home inspection, even if you're waiving it. So take a look at this and let me know if you have any questions, but it's pretty boilerplate of everything under the sun is open to due diligence in Massachusetts if you have a home inspection. So you can basically do any research you want inside your home inspection period. And if you don't like the answer, from the sole discretion on the buyer side, if you don't like it, then you can bail and get your first deposit back. So let me know if you have any questions on that. Now we're into kind of some more mandatory Massachusetts disclosures. This one says, don't wire your money to the wrong person. As a buyer, we have a lot of secure ways to get money across the table, and actually wiring the money is probably the least secure these days because there's so much wire fraud. So if you're concerned about wire fraud and how the money is going to get to the seller or get to an escrow account, just let me know and I can walk you through that process. So we're moving right along in the disclosures. This is the electronic delivery disclosure. So all the sales documents that are PDF'd or electronically signed are the same as us hand delivering it as a hard copy. And then on page 2, it says references all documents. If you want it done a different way, if you want to go back to paper, just let us know. We can accommodate that. Thanks for reviewing the paperwork. Let us know if you have any questions and concerns so that we can answer them. I'll talk to you soon.